you can never, you can never time anything out because you never know.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yep. Anywho, let's now we've explored the fact that traffic was a good meeting. Did you have fun? Was it a thing?
I made it.
Feel like it's going to advance your career?
Did some fist bumps, all's good. Took my tie off and stuff. Good times.
Good times. What is going on in the world?
Wilco canceled its Indiana concert because of the Religious Freedom Restoration Act.
Right. So,
Wilco.
Not all bad news for Indiana. I never really fully understood that. I don't get that, the sort of like in Arizona. I mean, first and foremost, the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, anything that denies let's just call a spade a spade. What the hell are you thinking? Like, you're plunging us back into the dark ages. This is an issue in 2015. Suck it. And here's the thing. I don't know. Maybe the folks in Indiana were trying to prove that it wasn't just the South that had a monopoly on bigotry, but whatever the case may be. Clearly, Religious Freedom Restoration Act is a giant load of horse pucky. But what does Wilco canceling a concert in Indiana
Are they
say?
taking a stand here, or is that what's going on? Okay.
Yeah. It's like when artists boycotted Arizona.
Like, we're not going to go there because of that act.
Yeah, I mean, it's one way to take a stand, but it's just like, I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that it's like you're punishing the people of Indiana, no matter which way they vote on political issues. Like, I get that you're making a statement, I get that you're making a stand, but you're basically just sort of punishing the people in that town. And Wilco, it's not like, oh yeah, Wilco canceled their show in Indiana. The economy of Indiana will now crumble because Jeff Tweedy and his mandolin didn't show up. No, I don't think so. It's just like, okay, all right, whatever. Go on.
The Rolling Stones are in the news, so wake up your grandparents. The Rolling Stones announced the venues they'll be playing this summer.
Yeah.
What's it called? The Zip Code Tour or something?
When artists get to be as old as the Rolling Stones, I think when you have a piece of news like that, like the Stones announced the venues they're going to be playing this summer, you have to say the Rolling Stones announced the venues that they hope to be playing this summer, because you never really know. Salt, sugar, pesky kids on the lawn, all of these could throw a serious wrench in the works of a Rolling Stones tour. Go on.
Johnny Depp's hand surgery will delay filming of the newest Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Yeah, now he's making movies lose money before they're even released. That's next level in a certain sort of way. Johnny Depp, well done. What else?
New Daily Show host Trevor Noah is still under fire for controversial tweets.
Yeah, in his defense, they were written back when he was a complete unknown. So, this morning. Yeah. Do you think it's going to work for this guy? Do you think he's going to be sort of like...
I mean, it has to, right? Unless Jon Stewart appears somewhere else at the same time slot, then
Yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting one for sure, but...
It's nice to see the young bucks grow in front of us, though,
But he hasn't even gotten on the air yet, and he's already sort of been character assassinated by the politically correct types that enjoy The Daily Show.
I always want to think maybe it's rigged, maybe they put out that information just to razz him up.
Yeah.
It is Comedy Central.
It is kind of, yeah, I don't know. There were some people that thought, honestly, I knew some people that were like, okay, so this is the day Comedy Central announces that that's a joke, right? But, yeah. No, not so much. Go on.
Maybe next year. One Direction will not replace Zayn Malik and will continue on as a foursome.
An English four-piece band, just like the Beatles, except without having to deal with all that pesky talent stuff. It just gets in the way. So,
I'm sad that I now know who Zayn Malik is. I used that information yesterday. Somebody wanted to know what One Direction person left, and I'm like, oh, Zayn, I'm sorry, I know that.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't know if his name is pronounced Zayn or Zion. For some reason, I think it could go either way on that one, and I don't want to know, because if I dig enough into it to know the correct pronunciation of the guy that left One Direction, then my life has taken a horrible wrong turn somewhere along the lines, and I need to do some thorough re-examination.
I'm sure it'll come up. We'll get it eventually.
Yes. Yeah, I don't want to know. I just want to hear someone pronounce it. Like, I want to overhear a conversation where someone corrects someone else's pronunciation, and that'll be fine. But
not to Google.
Not to Google. Like, I'll Google pretty much anything. I have an unquenchable thirst for knowledge, but this is something where I want to remain purposefully ignorant. What else?
Avril Lavigne was bedridden for 5 months with Lyme disease.
Well, horrible, obviously, but, we all know who's to blame. Her. That's what you get for letting Chad Kroeger run around in fields without a leash.
Smells like Chad Kroeger in here.
I heard the two of them interviewed on Howard Stern not so long ago, and I guess it was kind of part of a promotion for something she was doing, and one thing that I kind of admired about
the relationship or her interview.
I don't know if I admire the relationship, but one thing strangely enough, I found myself admiring about Chad Kroeger was, look, the guy's a dude that love him or loathe him, and the people that love him will never admit it, yet there's still stadiums full of fans going to see Nickelback concerts. Like, you know what? Nickelback are kind of like the pumpkin spice latte of bands. Like, everybody makes fun of people that drink pumpkin spice lattes, and people, pumpkin spice white chick. But yet, someone's drinking all that coffee. And same with Nickelback. Everybody I know loathes and despises Nickelback and makes fun of them. Yet, still selling out tours left, right, and center. Someone's buying the T-shirts. Someone's going to the shows. So I think those guys are officially a guilty pleasure. But Chad Kroeger from Nickelback can comfortably fill stadiums around the world and has been doing so for like 15 straight years. And he is a bona fide rock star himself. There's no two ways about it. I can't stand their music, but whatever. And when he was on Howard Stern with Avril Lavigne, he was totally comfortable being there in a supporting role, because it was kind of about her thing, and he wasn't ever, he didn't interject, and Stern was only really interested in talking to Avril Lavigne, and he was basically there just to sing a song that they'd written together that was on her album and be her backing musician. Like, he played guitar and sang backup vocals on one of her songs and chimed in occasionally. And despite the fact that he's a gazillionaire stadium-filling rock star, he was very, very happy being there in a supportive role. I noticed the same thing with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Both of them kind of secure enough in their own thing to be a cheerleader for their wives. And I think that takes a certain amount of gumption and stone. So I found myself in some strange way having a new respect for Chad Kroeger of Nickelback for propping up his awful wife's awful career.
And Nickelback, just like a pumpkin spice latte, they end in a very successful BM.
Tastes like pumpkins, makes you poop. Go on.
A human skeleton was found in the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah. When they tried to pick it up, though, Tara Reid was like, hey, just trying to sunbathe, yo.
I was going to say, we found Paris Hilton.
Go on. One last piece of news.
The first government-run pot shop opened in Washington State.
Yeah, it's like any other place where you can buy marijuana legally, but the guys running it are even more clueless.
With puppies in my face saying Dad gotta join the human race. Time for a yawn and a stretch and a walk, you see. They know my aura at the restaurant across the street. That's why when I shuffle in, my coffee's already waiting for me. Breeze on the patio, outdoor table, sitting with my puppies, Homer and Mabel, wondering how the rest of the day will be. Just then a kid stops by and Homer jumps up to say hi. Laughing kids and happy dogs, and yeah, that's kinda all you need. Sunshine coming my way, nothing's gonna change, don't feel today. Nothing's gonna get in the way of my perfect day, perfect day. Sunshine coming my way, nothing's gonna change, don't feel today. Nothing's gonna get in the way of my perfect day, perfect day. This day is a lot like Ice Cube. games, but definitely much less gangster. With a start like this on a day like this, it's good to be this white boy prankster. I don't push a Benz, love my VW, drive an old drop top, it's what I love to do. And it gets me to work on time, to say hello to you. On your radio, mad money, no, but I love what I do. On the radio, hear me yell the whole night through. I'm feeling so lucky that I can be the voice that you hear in this great big city. I rock on your radio, then head home. My puppy's gonna meet me at the door. So excited for a moonlight walk, and think they've never done this before, and it's all good. Sunshine coming my way, nothing's gonna change how I feel today. Nothing's gonna get in the way of my perfect day, perfect day. Sunshine coming my way, nothing's gonna change how I feel today. Nothing's gonna get in the way of my perfect day, perfect day. It's all what you make of it. It's all what you make of it, yeah. It's all what you make of it. It's all what you make of it, yeah. Sunshine coming my way, nothing's gonna change how I feel today. Nothing's gonna get in the way of my perfect day, perfect day. Sunshine, so what you make gonna change how I feel today. Nothing's gonna get in the way of what you make of it, yeah. Sunshine, so what you make gonna change how I feel today. Nothing's gonna get in the way of what you make of it, yeah. Sunshine, so what you make gonna change how I feel today. Nothing's gonna get in the way of what you make of it, yeah. I'm just trying to be the best that I can be, so when my time is done, I can say I had some fun. I'm just trying to be the best that I can be, so when my time is done, I can say I had some fun. Yo, I always hit the track with undeniable style, while digging ditches for bitches. I'm causing miles of smiles, building bridges to riches while spitting venom and vile, not stacking piles of papers, but yo, I think I will in a while. The world will wake up to the smarter kind of style. I bring a portion of proper accolades, and fortune will be smiling upon what I do and the things that I say. A renaissance of thought leading us all to brighter days. So I don't believe that you're as stupid as what they tell me, and I do believe that we're beyond the mediocrity monopoly of our conformity of the way we're taught. The despondency, dishonesty, the cacophonous bureaucracy. I'm just trying to be the best that I can be, so when my time is done, I can say I had some fun. I'm just trying to be the best that I can be, so when my time is done, I can say I had some fun. Man, sometimes it's just so hard to be a good person, to lift yourself up and try and be that better version of all the potential people you got living in your mind. It takes more than happy chance and circumstance. You gotta decide that you're gonna keep your head up, treat people how you wanna be treated, hold doors and be polite, try not to be conceited. But sometimes, kinda sorta all the times, it seems it's true. It's harder than anything else to observe that golden rule, especially when everybody you meet seems like a freaking tool, and it seems like everyone's got a whole lot of chlorine in their gene pool. Sometimes I get...
Go ahead, favorite the show, and enjoy AD on the go. iHeartRadio presents AD.
Alrighty then, funkhouser, let's roll through what remains of the news, and then we'll get into how Tesla's April Fool's prank increased the company's value by a lot. Like,
oh man, I just financed a Tesla yesterday. Now I gotta undo all that.
Yeah. You know, the Tesla will forever be burned into my consciousness because of former Texas Governor Rick Perry. And Rick Perry, you know, all Texas all the time, and a lot of people see him as... It was a really clear illustration of how politics makes very strange bedfellows. And look, clearly Rick Perry in many ways is a giant steaming idiot that I wouldn't trust with the remote control to the television, let alone